TikTok celebrities Bryce Hall and Blake Gray are facing criminal charges after they hosted recent parties in the Hollywood Hills, despite the city's ban on large gatherings during the coronavirus pandemic, authorities said on Friday. The Los Angeles City Attorney's Office filed misdemeanor charges Thursday against Hall and Gray, who have millions of followers on TikTok and share an $8.2 million rented mansion that has hosted raucous blowouts. The charges carry a maximum penalty of up to 1 year in jail and a $2,000 fine. It was not immediately clear if Hall and Gray had attorneys who could speak on their behalf. City Attorney Mike Feuer said he is not aware of any COVID-19 cases that have yet been linked to the August 8th and August 14th house parties, but the 2-week period for symptoms to appear has not yet passed. Los Angeles police responded to both parties, which featured several hundred guests, and issued citations. If you have a combined 19 million followers on TikTok in the middle of a public health crisis, you should be modeling great behavior, best practices for all of us, rather than brazenly violating the law and posting videos about it, Feuer said during a news conference on Friday. Hall and Gray are accused of violating the city's pandemic health order and a party house ordinance. Penalties include a year in jail and up to $2,000 in fines. The August 14th party was reportedly to celebrate Hall's 21st birthday. Mayor Eric Garcetti last week authorized the city to shut off water and power to the home. Despite several warnings, this house has turned into a nightclub in the hills, Garcetti said. With bars closed in town, large house parties can become super spreaders of COVID-19. Garcetti's action followed an August 3rd party at a different home in the city where hundreds of people gathered without masks or social distancing. The party ended in a shooting that killed a woman and wounded 2 other people. Los Angeles County has recorded nearly 237,000 cases of COVID-19 and more than 5,700 deaths, making it the hardest hit county in the state. It isn't just the party house itself that's affected, Feuer said. These individuals who attend your parties could leave and spread the virus to siblings, parents, grandparents, co-workers, and others in the public. Earlier this week, it was reported that neighbors of the TikTokers said partygoers have been defecating and urinating in the street, having sex in cars, smoking marijuana in a fire risk area, and blocking the street until dawn. The livid and distraught residents of the once quiet street said the neighborhood has become a party war zone, with the TikTok star's mansion hosting at least a dozen blowouts since the lockdown began, including 2 parties since the influencers moved in at the beginning of August. Los Angeles Police Department even received a report of a man with a gun at Hall back in Gray's party pad last Friday, and shots were heard nearby. An LAPD spokeswoman said the officers were unable to confirm the reports. The lead singer of Devo, Mark Mothersbaugh, lives 2 doors down from the TikTok stars and has called the police on their COVID rule-breaking parties. His wife Anita said her 70-year-old husband caught the virus in June and came close to death in the ICU. She said she was furious at Hall and his influencer crew for disturbing her husband's recovery. This virus is no joke. I've explained it firsthand, she said. There was a week where my daughters thought he would die. It makes me crazy, the sheer inconsideration. It goes on all day long. There are people in the pool screaming, they're blasting music, and there are cars parked all down the street. They don't seem to care about public health. Another neighbor, who asked to be named only as Catherine, said her street has become a party war zone, with at least 3 houses, including the TikTok star's pad, hosting blowouts until dawn. There have been parties here where a SWAT team has been brought out to shut them down during the time I've lived here, she said. There's screaming, drinking, bottles of Tito's and Solo cups everywhere. On July 4th, they were setting off fireworks based in mortars. It sounded like we were living in Benghazi. I'm afraid it will end in violence, she said. It already has at another house down the street. There was a rape and somebody was shot at a party last year. There's damage to property and cars. I've seen someone taking a dump on the street opposite my home. People having sex in cars. All of a sudden, it just feels like the Wild Wild West. I hope you enjoyed this video.